Hello everyone, it's your girl Asia from Rome Reigns Fango channel. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to me reviewing another episode of season 14 of Degrassi. We're gonna be reviewing episode 7 called I'll Be Missing You. There's only one plot in this episode, and we're gonna go through it rapid firely. First, I wanna touch on the whole Degrassi News thing. Y'all know how much I despise the storyline with Degrassi News. I think it's quite fucking ridiculous. So basically Zoe's trying to make it seem like that the cheerleader team has been holding bake sales to make money, and we all know they've been making their money through Degrassi News. It's her birthday, and she get a present, a doll, with a voice inside saying they know about Degrassi News. She's been getting text messages, a hacker saying that she needs to quit the team or they're going to tell everyone in the school that she's behind Degrassi News. So she was trying to scheme up a plan to quit the team so the girls would not get in trouble, but it's already too late. She didn't want to quit the team. She told Grace that for a very long time she has friends, she has sisters, and she don't think it's right for her to leave them in the dark. So she told Grace to shut down the Degrassi News website, and they are no longer going to be doing nudes. Right? My thing is with Zoe is that you cannot call these bitches your friends or your sisters if you was wanting to pimp these bitches out for cash, for field trips, uniforms, headbands, equipment. Get the fuck out of here. Stop it. Just shut up. Like, that don't even make sense. These bitches could have been your friends, your ride or dies, without the Degrassi News storyline. You could have still had friends, because after that whole storyline, after she confessed that she was behind it, all them bitches left her in the dark. They did not fuck with her anymore. Why? Because there was different ways they could have did something to raise money. Zoe did not have to have them girls pimp themselves out like that. Period. They did not have to pimp themselves out for fucking money. There was no need. And the fact that them bitches never spoke to her again, even after the shit, come on now, what the fuck did she expect? You sold those bitches out for money? For cash? Nudes? Did you think they were still really going to talk to you again after what you did to them? Come on, Zoe, be for real. So that's that. I really don't care for... It's not that I don't care for the Degrassi News storyline. I just really fucking despise it. Because I feel like there was something else Degrassi could have done when it came to Zoe's character. I feel like they really should have gave her a redemption arc, when instead they went a complete different route. So I feel like at the end of the day, it is what it is. I wouldn't have done that. I would have gave her character a redemption arc by being on the cheerleader squad. Because at this point, they keep using her as sexual assault as an excuse for why it was okay for her to do what she did to the girls. And like I keep saying, that makes little to no fucking sense. So it is what it is, regardless of what my opinion is. The Miles situation. So Winston and Tristan is walking to class, and Winston is talking about, oh, where's Miles? This is like the third class he didn't skipped. And talking about, oh, he used to be really serious about school. Tristan was like, are we talking about the same person? I'm thinking the same thing, yeah, because it's like, when the fuck has Miles ever taken school seriously? He's always skipped. Even the first season he was on, he skipped class. Season 14, he skipped a lot of fucking classes. The Degrassi class, he was always skipping. So it's like, when did Miles take school seriously? And if you think about all the classes he skipped and how all his grades would drop, it really didn't make sense for him to be graduating with his class. He really should have been in summer school to bring his grades up. But what would I know, right? That's not realistic, huh? Anyway, Tristan said that the guy that he's crazy for is kind of like a rebel without a cause, and Winston said that he's kind of worried about Miles, and Tristan's gonna make a joke and say, "Who are you, Maya?" And he says she does kind of have a point. Miles is moody, he skips all the time, and he's just not himself. And Tristan says, oh, when did you start seeing all these changes in him? He said, when he started going out with you. Tristan said that he's not the problem of anything. He's been a really good influence on Miles. Winston says you. Tristan says, so you really think I'm the problem? And Winston said, you said it. So first of all, I just want to say this. I do not think Tristan was the problem. I don't think Tristan was at all the reason in Miles' big dramatically change in season 14 when it came to him smoking or anything like that. Tristan is not responsible for that. I don't even like that, Winston even try to put that in Tristan's head and make it seem like he's the reason why Miles is the way he is. No. Miles's home life is extremely fucked up. Whatever he was going through he was going through that shit way before he even met Tristan. So I didn't like that Winston was trying to make it seem like, oh yeah, when he started going out with you, he started, it's like, no, Miles was already skipping. He was already a rebel, a delinquent, all that shit way before he went out with Tristan. I think what Winston was trying to say is that ever since he started dating you, it's like who he is as a person or his sexuality and everything like that might be a tad bit more confusing for him because he's still trying to come into terms to who he is as a person. Now, how he said it like that, I would understand, but to say, oh yeah, him being moody and skipping and da it's all your fault. Get the fuck out of here. So when Tristan was at Miles' house, they talking about the school project. Miles' father walked in, and Tristan was asking Miles' dad for some help for the project. Miles said, "Don't bother because he's already disappointed him," and Tristan told him to take a chill pill and things like that, and said that your dad was just kidding around, and he said you're making it worse, and he said you sound just like Winston. He thinks I'm the problem. Miles was like, "You talking to Winston about me?" Tristan said that people are noticing things. You skip all the time. You're moody. You're irritable. And, Miles said, what is it with you people? And he told Tristan that he isn't a problem because there isn't any problem. All their friends are just jealous that they're happy and that they're not. And, Tristan just asked him, could he be there for him when they do the presentation? And Miles said, yeah, he's going to be there for him. I feel like the reason why Tristan and Miles' relationship did not work is because I feel like Miles was not dependable. Other than that one time when he was there for him in the coma, but I feel like he just wasn't dependable. Like, Tristan didn't ask for much when they first was going out. He asked Miles to be there for him for the presentation. Because this is a grade. It's worth my grade. It's half my grade. If you don't show up for this shit, I get in trouble. But, Miles wasn't there because, again, he was being self-destructive. He wasn't thinking about Tristan. He was only thinking about himself. So, when the next day at school, Tristan gonna tell Winston that he talked to Miles and Miles doesn't have any problem, that they're okay and he's not the problem. So when Miles didn't show up to school, Tristan went to Miles' house and asked him why the fuck did he not show up to school. Miles is in the pool smoking a blunt. He in the pool getting high. Tristan talked about, are you really smoking dope by yourself? First of all, I don't know if weed is dope. Weed is weed, my nigga. Weed is weed. It's not the end of the deal. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. I don't know why the fuck they wrote this storyline like Miles smoking weed was going to kill him. He is not going to kill himself for smoking weed. Now, if he was popping pills or sniffing coke or injecting his arm with heroin, I understand why Tristan would run to school and confront Winston and Frankie about, oh yeah, Miles got a problem, a weed problem, and that they need to have an intervention about it and tell him that he need to get some help. First of all, weed is not an addiction. Maybe to some people, if you feel like you can't go a day without it, but weed is used for a tons of things that people use it for. They use it for anxiety, whatever it might be. I do understand that I understand that they feel like, he was using it to cope with whatever he had going on at home. Okay, sure. But at the end of the day, he is not going to kill himself for smoking weed. So they were a little overly dramatic about it. Talk about, oh, you're going to smoke dope. I need to get back to school and you should too. And Miles said this is so much more fun. Trish talked about, oh, smoking dope by yourself is fun. And that's when Miles said, oh, now who sound like the judgy idiot? And he talking about, oh, it all makes sense now. Being distant, being moody, being irritable. What are you, like, addicted to weed? He said, come on, I'm serious. I think you might have a problem. And Miles going to say, my only problem is this is my last joint. So, Miles funny as fuck. Like, yo, when I watched that shit, I was just cracking up because it's like, nigga, I do not care about nothing you saying. I need to see how I'm about to give me some more weed. Sorry. Oh, I think you might have a problem. I think Tristan was just really over-exaggerating the issue for real. I do not think Miles had a problem. I think he just had shit going on at home. Period. I always looked at the storyline with him smoking weed as something he was just doing to cope with his home stuff. I do wish it was a storyline they would have did a little bit more with. Like, okay, you only got to see him smoke the weed in 3 episodes and you saw the danger it put him in for smoking weed. Like, smoking, skipping school, and how he got into that car accident and shit like that. But I wish it was something they would have did more with. Instead, it was like right after the one episode with him and Maya, they just stopped, which is kind of annoying because I feel like he still should have been smoking weed because it's not like his home life got any better. So it is what it is. But I do feel like that Tristan was, overreacting because Miles is not going to kill himself for smoking weed. He's not. He's not going to kill himself for smoking some weed. He's going to be fine. Don't want to hold an intervention for it and everything like that. I thought it was really a tad bit ridiculous. But you know what? We're going to get there when we get there. Like I said, I didn't want to talk too long for this episode because, it is one of my favorites in season 14. But not, a whole lot happened. It was just one plot. And ain't really a lot of plots in this season to talk about other than one plot because everything else is fucking filler. But y'all already know that. As always, it is nice talking to y'all and catch y'all in my next review.